Social media has become the new battleground for political campaigns. Forget town halls and rallies, the real action is online. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, these platforms are where candidates connect with voters, debate policies, and even attack opponents. This shift to the digital realm has drastically changed the dynamics of elections. It's faster, more direct, and reaches a far wider audience than traditional methods ever could. The rise of social media has empowered ordinary citizens, giving them a voice in the political process. With a single tweet or Facebook post, people can share their opinions, engage in discussions, and mobilize others. Candidates, too, can bypass traditional media and speak directly to voters, crafting their own narratives and building personal connections. This democratization of information has the potential to make elections more transparent and accountable. However, this digital revolution comes with its own set of challenges. The very features that make social media so powerful also make it vulnerable to manipulation and abuse. As we'll explore in the following sections, the spread of misinformation, the amplification of biases, and the threat of foreign interference cast a long shadow over the promise of a truly digital democracy. Social media platforms boast billions of users. This makes them incredibly powerful tools for political campaigning. Candidates can target specific demographics with tailored messages, ensuring their message reaches the right people. This granular level of targeting allows for greater efficiency and potentially higher voter turnout. Social media also facilitates instant feedback and engagement, allowing candidates to gauge public sentiment and adapt their strategies accordingly. However, this same power can be used to spread misinformation and sow discord. Algorithms designed to maximize engagement can create echo chambers, reinforcing existing biases and limiting exposure to diverse viewpoints. This can lead to increased polarization and a decline in civil discourse. Additionally, the anonymity afforded by social media can embolden individuals to engage in hateful rhetoric and personal attacks, further poisoning the political atmosphere. Despite these challenges, the potential of social media for positive change remains. Platforms like Twitter have facilitated citizen mobilization and political activism, from the Arab Spring to Black Lives Matter. The key lies in striking a balance, harnessing the power of social media for good while mitigating its potential for harm. Social media thrives on virality. Information, regardless of its veracity, can spread like wildfire across these platforms. This presents a significant challenge in the context of elections. Fake news, designed to mislead and manipulate voters, can rapidly gain traction, influencing public opinion and potentially swaying election outcomes. The speed at which misinformation spreads makes it incredibly difficult to contain, and the damage is often done before fact-checking efforts can catch up. The 2016 US presidential election provided a stark example of how fake news can impact democratic processes. Fabricated stories, often originating from dubious sources, were shared millions of times on social media platforms. These stories, often targeting specific demographics with tailored messages, aim to sow discord and undermine trust in the electoral process. The long-term consequences of this widespread misinformation campaign are still being debated. Addressing the issue of fake news requires a multi-pronged approach. Social media companies have a responsibility to implement stricter content moderation policies and invest in technologies to detect and flag misinformation. Users too must become more discerning consumers of information, verifying sources and critically evaluating the content they encounter online. Section 4. Foreign interference, the shadow of digital manipulation. The global reach of social media makes it a prime target for foreign interference in elections. State actors can exploit these platforms to spread propaganda, sow discord, and undermine public trust in democratic institutions. By creating fake accounts, manipulating algorithms, and spreading misinformation, foreign entities can exert significant influence on political discourse and potentially sway election outcomes. Recent elections in various countries have highlighted the growing threat of foreign interference through social media. Investigations have revealed sophisticated disinformation campaigns orchestrated by foreign governments, aimed at manipulating public opinion and interfering with democratic processes. The tactics employed range from spreading divisive content to hacking into campaign accounts and leaking sensitive information. Combating foreign interference requires international cooperation and a coordinated effort between governments and social media companies. Measures such as increased transparency in political advertising, stricter account verification protocols, and enhanced cybersecurity measures are crucial in safeguarding the integrity of elections in the digital age. Section 5. Towards a more responsible digital democracy. Social media has undeniably transformed the political landscape, presenting both opportunities and challenges for democracy. While it offers unparalleled potential for citizen engagement and mobilization, it also poses significant risks in terms of misinformation, bias, and foreign interference. Navigating this complex terrain requires a collective effort to promote responsible social media use in the context of elections. Social media companies must take proactive steps to combat the spread of misinformation, curb the influence of bots and fake accounts, and prevent foreign interference in elections. Governments need to implement regulations that promote transparency in political advertising and protect the integrity of the electoral process. And citizens themselves must become more discerning consumers of information, critically evaluating the content they encounter online and actively participating in efforts to combat misinformation. The future of democracy in the digital age hinges on our ability to address these challenges and harness the power of social media for good. By fostering a more responsible and ethical digital ecosystem, we can ensure that social media empowers citizens, strengthens democracy, and contributes to a more informed and engaged public sphere.